Good afternoon everyone. This is Sandeep Kaur. Today we are going to start poem 1, that is Dust and Snow by Robert Frost. No doubt this poem is it is the shortest one, but it has such a deeper meaning. Okay, the words they'll give you the dictionary meaning also, as well as there are a lot of hidden things in the meanings or in the words of the poem. Clear? So let me tell you all. First of all, we'll go with the title Dust of Snow. Right? This is dust means what? Small particles, very tiny particles of something. Clear? And here writer, he experienced very tiny particles of snow over him. And how these particles changed him. Either it was a gradual change or it was a fast change. Either it was a temporary change or a permanent change. That we will see in the poem. Clear? Dust of snow is clear to everyone? Right? Okay. So, the poem I am going to read and I will explain you the meaning, dictionary meaning of the words, as well as the deeper meaning which is hidden behind the text. The way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So here Robert Frost, maybe he is going somewhere. Many things are not given in the poem, but we will assume the things, right? Because they think they are just simple things only. So as Robert Frost, he may be going somewhere, and on the way a crow shook down on me. See, it's a very it is considered a bad omen when we see a crow on the way, or whenever we go to some urgent work and if we see a crow, so it's a very bad sign. Our work, it will not be completed. Okay, and we will not get success or happiness. Means crow is the symbol of what? Sadness, right? Destruction, negativity. Clear? So he is saying that the crow shook down on me. From where? Maybe the crow, it was sitting on the tree. Okay, maybe it fluttered its wings. Maybe it flew away from there. It is not given how it happened. Clear? The dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. Again, a sign of negativity. Right? So here in first para, Robert Frost has shown us two signs of negativity. One is crow and the other is hemlock tree. Clear? So he has compared these things with negative things. This shows that in this paragraph, the mood of the speaker or the mood of the poet is not okay, because he has talked about negativity in the first stanza. Right? Now come to second stanza. How it shows a change in the mood of the speaker. In first stanza there was something else, and in the next stanza it changed completely, altogether. Right? Has given my heart a change of mood. He is saying कि the dust of snow, it changed my mood. Come in, be on time please. Okay. Has given my heart a change of mood. Means all these situations, whatever he saw, the crow, the hemlock tree, people consider these things as negative signs. But these two signs, it really changed the mood of the poet and saved some part of a day I had viewed. Right? And it really saved the rest of the day. The rest of the part of the day means whatever part of the day was left, actually I saved it. Or the situation, the crow and the hemlock tree, all these negative signs, they resulted in positivity for me. Clear or not clear? So these were the what? Dictionary meaning of the poem. Now I will explain what the deeper meaning of the poem. Clear? But for that, first of all, you all go through the text once, please. So yes, according to the poem, we have seen that from passage to second passage. Clear? The writer's mood, it has changed a lot. Okay? It has shifted. It has shifted from sadness to happiness, right? And the things which people consider as negative, they resulted in positivity for the poet. Clear? Crow and the hemlock tree, they are shown as saviors for the writer or for the poet here. Clear? So let us see what are the main points of the poem. Please tell me one by one what you have read in the poem.
Hemlock tree.
Hemlock tree. This is main.
Yeah.
How?
Because the dust of snow is on the hemlock tree, the crow comes on the hemlock tree, the poet is sitting under the hemlock tree.
Please come here near the this is mic and speak.
Hemlock tree is main because the poet is first of all poet is sitting under the hemlock tree.
Okay.
Dust
He is near or sitting under it. Okay.
The dust of snow is on the hemlock tree.
Okay. Dust of snow, which is the title itself. It is
On the hemlock.
on the. For hemlock tree, I am writing H tree. HT. Okay. Is it visible here in the camera? Okay.
Crow also comes on the hemlock tree only.
Okay, the crow is also, it is not given whether he is sitting over there, whether he came and sat over there, okay, whether he fluttered his wings or whether he flew away from that tree, it is not given. Means crow, he just made the activity on the tree only. Right? Okay. What else you have read in the poem? Samar?
That there are two negative signs, hemlock tree.
Okay. Here we have two negative signs. Two negative, what do you call, characters we can say or signs we can say. Right? What are they?
Hemlock tree and the crow.
Hemlock tree and the crow. Okay. Are they really negative for the poet too?
No.
No. But for poet, visible till this in the camera? Here?
No.
Here?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But they are not negative for Robert Frost. Why? Why they are not negative?
Ma'am, because after the snow, dust of snow hit him, ma'am,
Hit
him, the mood of the poet changed. And he
Because?
said,
Poet's mood changed from happy to sad.
sad to her.
From sad to happy. Good. Okay. Can anyone tell what is the situation called when people to generally consider that they are the negative signs, but for poet they are not negative signs. They are the means situation is opposite what we consider. What is the word for that?
Optimism.
Huh?
Optimism.
Optimism. Okay. Anything else? When unexpected things happen. When unexpected things happen, what is the word for that? It can be a question also in the finals. The word is irony. Note down everyone. How this poem is ironical. What is the irony in the poem? Please don't use pens. Always use a pencil. Clear? Right? So, if any question based on irony or ironical situation or ironical elements, ironical characters, okay, in the poem, you will have any question on this, please mention this thing. Unexpected situation. right? Or unexpected results, something unexpected. Clear? Okay. So again, theme. Let us come to theme now. What is the theme of the poem? Can you all tell me any sentence regarding? See, one, what do you call it? Literary item or one literary piece, okay, or writing, it can have many themes. Okay, so we will discuss what can be the theme of this or what is the theme of this writing piece. Rajita, yes, according to you, on what thought this theme means, on what particular thought or main idea this poem is based upon.
Ma'am, this poem actually breaks the norm, saying that always what we think doesn't happen the way.
Yes, it breaks the norms. Clear? This poem breaks the norms. That whatever we usually think is not always correct. Clear? Okay. Yes. Next thing, what do you think?
This poem also tells that the negative signs are not always bad for us.
Nothing is negative. Everything has a positive aspect also. Clear? Anything else? Nimit?
And that person should learn to find positive things even in despair.
Okay. Even in bad temperament, bad mood or bad times of our life, we should find something positive. Right? Yes, Prav? You'll not say anything?
Optimism is the key.
Optimism? Optimism to what is the thing? Optimism we can't see. Right? Minor things we can also put great impact in our life. Clear? Crow and a hemlock tree. See, we people also do these things many times. We just make a bet with ourselves. If this happens, तो फिर मैं जरूर पास हो जाऊंगा. And if that doesn't happen, तो ऐसा नहीं होगा. ठीक है? अगर इस पेज पे मैंने बोला odd page, if the page will open at odd number or even number, so this happen otherwise. Means many people they do these things. Clear? If odd sum would be there, then I would get these marks. If even sum would be there, so these are the minor things which change your mood. Clear? This can also be the theme, right? Then let us come to literary devices. See literary devices. Find out alliteration, everyone. Symbolism, metaphor, enjambment. Note down, right? Note down. I am telling you these words. Metaphor, symbolism, enjambment, alliteration, consonance, irony, we already have. Can I rub it? Have you all noted this? Speak louder.
Yes, ma'am.
Note down all the literary devices and we'll discuss one by one. Okay, so let us start literary devices. Clear? So we will discuss rhyme scheme, metaphor, alliteration, enjambment and consonance. Right? So please tell me what is the rhyme scheme of the poem? A B. Crow, me, snow, tree. Clear? So before rhyme scheme we always see the last word of the line. Each line. Crow, me, snow, tree. So for first line we always write A. For second we write B. If it matches with A, if the sound or the tone matches with A, then we write A, otherwise we write B. Crow, snow, we'll write A. Tree, knee, we'll write B. So this is the rhyme scheme. Right? Similarly, you will go for next extract. Right? Next is your metaphor. Metaphor is a literary device when two things are compared. Two opposite things which do not have anything in common, but they are compared. Like here, crow. Crow is compared with negativity. Clear? Despair, sadness. Right? And same is the hemlock tree. Clear? They both are compared with negative things only. Gloom, despair. They are called as symbol of death. Right? So that is why we have metaphor here. Clear? Suppose in your exam, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree, or if the first or second line only you will have in your exam, and the paper setter will ask you which literary device do we have in these lines, so you will simply write metaphor, because the crow has been compared with negativity, negative things, despair, death, sadness, gloom. Clear? Yes. Next we have alliteration. Alliteration means when the alternative words have same starting sound. I am talking. I am not talking letters. Is it alliteration? Yes or no? Yes. This is alliteration? No, this is not alliteration. To the thief. Sounds are too different. This is not alliteration. Alliteration means alternative words, not alternative, sorry, in continuation. I'm so sorry for this. Words in continuation starting with the same sound.
What I have learned from the beginning is that it should not be, it may be, but it's not compulsory, it should be.
That I will tell you. That I will tell you. See, I have told you continuation. See, can anyone tell me what is a literary device? Have you read alankars in Hindi? What is an alankar?
It makes the poem more effective.
More beautiful. Alankar means gehna, jewel. Similarly, literary devices are also there, jewel. They make a writing piece more beautiful. Clear? So, when it will become more beautiful? When the sounds will be together. It depends on the reader itself. He finds it beautiful. For some people, only one jewel is okay. But for the others, if the lady or the gents or the king, he is from top to bottom, he is in jewels, then it is okay. Right? So, if you have t sound here and t sound here at the end of sentence, that is also what you call it, alliteration. Right? But whether it is giving that much effect. Clear? It is also alliteration. But I have explained it, elaborated in a more deeper sense. Clear? Okay. Yes, where we were? Alliteration. So do we have alliteration here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where?
Third line, second paragraph, save some part.
Yes.
Third line, second paragraph, save some. Sir. Right? You will not say SS. Clear? Otherwise you hear also TT. Speak the sound. Sir. For sound, always go with Hindi words. Sorry, Hindi letters. Right? Okay. Next we have enjambment. What is enjambment? Can anyone tell me? What is enjambment? Yes or no? Say no, ma'am. Okay. Enjambment is what? Suppose we are writing something, so what we usually do, we end it here or we put a comma or full stop here. But when the same thought, you are writing about something and same thought or same line is continued, same sentence is continued in the next line, then we have enjambment. Right? So here the whole poem is enjambment. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hammock. This is one sentence only. Speak it. Read it. It is one sentence only. Right? Read it once, everyone. And again the next para also is, means the whole poem is one sentence only. That way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had lived. This is one sentence. So we have enjambment here. Right? Next, consonants. Clear? Consonants it is actually. C-O-N-S-O. Please edit the spellings. Consonants, what are consonants? Can someone tell me? Consonant sounds and vowel sounds.
Ma'am, except vowels A, E, I, O, U.
A, E, I, O, U? Not except vowels, except vowel sounds. Always use sound. Vowels, when we were in class LKG, then we used to learn ki what are vowels, what are consonants. But in English, there is no vowel. It is vowel sound. Right? SDM. What is it? Huh?
Consonant
Vowel sound. SDM. It is not SODM. It is SDM. So always speak vowel sound or consonant sound. Right? Okay. So consonants, So whenever we have same consonant sound, we feel that it is repeated everywhere. Like of a day I had rued. The sound is everywhere. Of a day I had rued. So we have consonants here. Consonant sound. Right? And if vowels are like E sound is everywhere, doesn't matter whether it is at the starting or whether it is in the middle, whether it is at the end, that is not a big deal. In alliteration, though, we need starting sound. But consonants, we need, it can be starting, it can be middle. If it is starting, then it is to alliteration. Okay? But if the sound is repeated, consonant sound is repeated, then consonants, and this is not sixth one actually. If vowel sound is repeated, then it is assonance. Right? Clear? Okay. So these were the literary devices. Have you all noted? Okay. So these were the literary devices of the poem. Clear? Please go through the text. See the literary devices once again. Ask if there is any query. Thereafter we shall discuss the questions. So let us discuss a question. Okay. After answering this question, you people will be able to answer all the questions that are related to the poem. Most of the things we have discussed in the poem, like irony, title, theme and all. So let us discuss this one question which has two parts. First of all, let me tell you all how you will write the question. Clear? Suppose you have two parts of a single question. Right? So first part will be answered in one para and second part will be answered in another para. But while changing paras, don't leave a line. or don't leave any space. Your paras will start right after the margin. Clear or not clear? But changing of para will show that now you are starting your answer of part 2. Right? Yes. Let us start. How has Robert Frost presented the nature in this poem? Yes, Vijita. Please come here, just close to this mic and speak.
Robert Frost tried presenting the nature in a raw and optimistic manner without any superstition added to it. The uniqueness of this whole concept came when he presented the
We are
negative.
discussing first part only now.
That is it.
Okay. So, he has not added anything superstitious in this poem. Right? Anything else? Yes, Samar? Same. Okay. Yes, Prag?
Mostly.
What natural things are there in the poem, bhai? This is the thing.
The author penned down the poem in the incident which occurred in winter season as the hemlock tree had discovered the snow, which is represents.
Okay. So, he has presented a crow, right? And
The hemlock tree.
very beautifully the winter season. With the help of snow. Right? So, his poem or his words, they automatically creates a scene of winter snowfall in front of the reader's eyes. You can write these poetic words in your answer. Clear? Ki when we read this poem, a scene of snow or a scene of winter season, the hills, the trees covered with snow, they automatically comes in front of the reader's eyes. The writer has written his words so beautifully, so artistically. Clear? Next is, what is the uniqueness of his poem, of his presentation or poem, or how he has presented the nature? Means how differently from other poets he has presented this thing. Yes, Nimit?
And the poet is unique in his presentation as he has used the characters which are not commonly used in poetry.
Okay, very good. He has used the characters which are not commonly used. Okay. See, whenever you make a statement, I always tell to my students that you have made a statement here that he has used the characters which are not commonly used. Which characters are commonly used and which characters are not commonly used? Mention that thing also here. Like we usually say, we have started writing a character sketch and we say he is intelligent. But how do you know that he is intelligent? Is there any example given in the text? Have you read anything about him which shows that he is intelligent? Okay, do you have the reason for that? Without reason or example, don't make any statement. You will make the statement only because you people are in class 10. Right? So, if you have proper example, proper reason, okay, proper explanation for a particular statement, only then you will make the statement. Yes, Nimit, now complete it.
Now, when we have already told them the three words like the crow, hemlock tree, then should we write it again?
हाँ तो here you are to answering this thing over here ना. You are answering this next thing here, next part. Clear? Or he has used the characters which are not commonly used. Or you can convert it कि he had other poets use some other things to express nature like parrots, sparrows, nightingales, penguins, lions. Clear? The creatures which are, see the symbol of positive things like beauty, beautiful voice, melody. Okay, bravery, lion, bravery. For speed, tiger or leopard. Swan, dove. Right? For softness, dove. Clear? So, usually poets who write about nature, or we can say the romantic poets. These are romantic are who? Those who write about nature. Right? These poets, they usually want to take these positive words or positive signs in their poetry. But here, writer Robert Frost, he has used what? These things. And he has shown these, actually he has done justice with these natural things. Why do people consider them negative? He has proved that nothing is negative, anything can be positive. It is our assumption, our perception only, how we take those things. Clear? Clear to you all now? Now write your answer again. Okay, just including the points whatever I have told you. Clear? Plus complete those questions also which I have given you for writing, and I will check those questions tomorrow. Clear? That's all about the poem Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. Thank you very much.